It's a tape of Billy Saul Estes and Clifton Carter, who's from Dallas, discussing the alleged involvement of LBJ in hiring Mac Wallace to assassinate JFK.
On November 22, 1963, the world was shaken by the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in Dallas, Texas. The tragic event not only marked a turning point in American history, but also ignited a multitude of conspiracy theories that have persisted for more than 6 decades. Among these theories, one of the most provocative suggests that Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson played a role in orchestrating the assassination to ascend to the presidency. The official investigation, led by the Warren Commission, concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in assassinating the president. Proponents of the Johnson conspiracy argue personal ambition and alleged involvement with other conspirators motivated Johnson to orchestrate Kennedy's assassination. Emergence of alleged Clifton Carter audio. In January 2025, a purported audio recording surfaced allegedly featuring Clifton Carter, a close associate of LBJ and former executive director of the Democratic National Committee, confessing that LBJ hired Malcolm Mac Wallace to assassinate President Kennedy. This recording, released by controversial media personality Alex Jones, has reignited debates about Johnson's potential involvement in the assassination, particularly among right-wing conspiracy theorists.
Well, Saul, it's been a pretty touch-and-go situation. Lyndon and I have had quite a few unpleasant words here lately over the deal that he hired Mike Wallace to assassinate the president.
The tape's authenticity remains highly questionable. Alex Jones, known for promoting unfounded conspiracy theories, has a history of disseminating misinformation, casting doubt on the credibility of this revelation. Despite their lack of verification, the recording has gained traction within certain circles, fueling renewed interest in the narrative that implicates LBJ in Kennedy's assassination. The development underscores the enduring allure of conspiracy theories surrounding the assassination. The combination of an unverified source and the involvement of a polarizing figure like Alex Jones highlights the challenges of discerning fact from speculation. While the recording has captivated a segment of the population, it serves as a reminder of the necessity for critical evaluation and corroboration when confronting such provocative claims. History of JFK Assassination Conspiracy Theories. The assassination of John F. Kennedy on November 22, 1963, remains one of the most debated events in American history. Official investigations concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald, acting alone, fired the fatal shots from the Texas School Book Depository. This explanation, delivered by the Warren Commission in 1964, failed to convince a large segment of the public. Many questioned the speed of the investigation and the gaps in evidence, leading to a wave of skepticism that has lasted for decades. By the late 60s, alternative theories began gaining traction. The House Select Committee on Assassinations revisited the case in the 1970s, concluding Kennedy was, quote, probably assassinated as a result of a conspiracy. This report, released in 1979, fueled speculation but lacked concrete evidence identifying additional conspirators. Over the years, new information and testimonies surfaced, reinforcing public doubt about the lone gunman theory. The idea that Kennedy's murder was part of a larger plot involving political insiders, intelligence agencies, or organized crime became widely accepted in certain circles. Among the various theories, the notion that Vice President Johnson had a hand in the assassination stands out as one of the most controversial. Johnson's rapid ascent to the presidency, combined with reported tensions between him and Kennedy, made him a suspect in the minds of some researchers and authors. Books, interviews, and leaked documents have repeatedly suggested that Johnson had both the motive and the means to orchestrate the crime. Theories implicating Johnson.
This is a sad time for all people. We have suffered a loss that cannot be weighed. For me, it is a deep personal tragedy. I know that the world shares the sorrow that Mrs. Kennedy and her family bear. I will do my best. That is all I can do. I ask for your help and God's.
Among the many conspiracy theories surrounding the assassination of John F. Kennedy, those pointing to Lyndon B. Johnson as a mastermind stand out among the most provocative. Some believe Johnson had the political influence to orchestrate the killing, allowing him to rise to the presidency and push forward his own political agenda. Allegations of a deep personal and professional rivalry between Kennedy and Johnson have been cited as possible reasons. Several authors, including Penn Jones Jr. and Joachim Joosten, accused Johnson of being at the center of a Texas-based conspiracy that involved wealthy oil barons and political operatives. Joosten's 1968 book, The Dark Side of Lyndon Baines Johnson, claimed that Johnson had prior knowledge of the assassination and helped cover up the involvement of others. Over the decades, similar theories emerged, with some suggesting Johnson worked alongside intelligence agencies or figures in organized crime to carry out the assassination. A notable claim came from Madeline Duncan Brown, a woman who alleged she had a long-term affair with Johnson. She insisted that Johnson was present at a gathering on the night before the assassination where he supposedly told attendees that the Kennedys, quote, would never embarrass me again. While historians have questioned the credibility of her story, her claims remain a key piece of the Johnson theory. Further speculation arose when E. Howard Hunt, a former CIA officer linked to the Watergate scandal, implicated Johnson in a conspiracy involving elements within the government and intelligence agencies. Hunt's allegations, revealed in a posthumous statement, only added fuel to the theory that Johnson had connections to Kennedy's death. Despite these claims, no definitive proof has ever surfaced linking Johnson to the assassination. Supporters of the theory argue Johnson had the most to gain as he assumed the presidency immediately after Kennedy's death. Critics, however, view these allegations as politically motivated or based on circumstantial evidence.
On the 20th day of January, in 1961, John F. Kennedy told his countrymen that our national work would not be finished in the first 1,000 days, nor in the life of this administration, nor even perhaps in our lifetime on this planet. But he said, "Let us begin."
Recent developments. New information related to the assassination of JFK has emerged following the release of previously undisclosed FBI records. In early 2025, the FBI announced the discovery of approximately 2,400 new documents reigniting public interest in the case. These records were uncovered after an executive order required all remaining assassination-related files to be declassified. While the full extent of their contents has yet to be analyzed, the release has led to speculation about whether they contain evidence supporting any of the long-standing conspiracy theories, including those involving Lyndon Johnson. Some researchers believe the documents may provide insight into the activities of government agencies leading up to and after the assassination. There's been speculation that intelligence organizations, including the FBI and CIA, may have withheld crucial information from the Warren Commission and later investigations. If any of the newly released files could indicate undisclosed connections between Johnson and key figures in the case, they could lend credibility to theories suggesting he played a role in the events of November 22, 1963. But until researchers have thoroughly reviewed the documents, any conclusions remain speculative. Other conspiracy theories. One of the most persistent conspiracy theories suggests that the CIA played a role in Kennedy's death. Proponents argue that Kennedy's handling of the Bay of Pigs invasion, his efforts to de-escalate tensions with the Soviet Union, and his desire to curb the influence of intelligence agencies may have made him a target within the CIA. Declassified documents have revealed that the agency was involved in numerous covert operations during the 60s, leading some to believe that rogue elements within the organization saw Kennedy as a threat. Another widely discussed theory involves the mafia. It's been suggested that organized crime figures, angered by the Kennedy administration's crackdown on their activities, may have orchestrated the assassination as an act of retaliation. Kennedy's brother, Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, had been aggressively pursuing high-profile mob figures, leading some to believe the mafia sought revenge by targeting the president. Other theories focus on foreign governments, some claiming the Soviet Union or even Fidel Castro's Cuba played a role in the assassination. Now it's time to hear from you. What are your thoughts on who was involved in killing JFK? Let us know in the comments section below.